Space. The final frontier. These are the voyages of the... what the hell was this thing again? No, wrong button. Whoopsie. These are the voyages of Jack the Ripper and his lovely pet, Ellie. So, how is everybody today? Oh, fuck. There we go. How have you all been today? I've had a pretty decent little day. You're good? Good. I'm so happy that time is marching on, and pretty soon summer will be here. There we go. Okay. Finally. Sorry for just sitting there. Okay. Now then. What was something I wanted to do today? I guess I could add on more decoration to this building here. Oh, that's right. Yeah, there were things I wanted to do. Let's... Pillar. Yeah, I wanted to hang some beacons down from this thing in a sort of random pattern. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. Oh, or maybe not so random. We'll see. Got 30. Actually, every 2. Yeah, just like this. Although that's 3 from one edge, 2 from this edge. I don't know that I like that. You know, a little bit of randomness never hurt. Not every single thing needs to have, like, an absurd level of just deeper thought poured into it. Maybe just throw shit here, throw it there. Let it all fall where the chips will fall. And there we go. And then these nice walls act as a sort of wall anchor, or ceiling anchor, I guess. I think that looks nice. Let's first get the area set up before I start. I hate that invisibility bug. Hey, welding. Hey, Moyu. Hey, Quasi-Stellar. Hey, Hunter. Hunter Matthias, it's been a while since I saw you here, man. Where you been? Why not tortoise shells? What are you talking about, tortoise shells? Who doesn't wear a turtle shell? Oh, that's what you mean. Turtle helmet? You mean? Because if you're not talking about turtle helmet, I have no idea what you're referring to. But yeah, I usually wear a turtle helmet. I kind of like the look of the turtle helmet better. It looks a lot like an army helmet to me. 30 blocks, what's that get us? Not bad. And then, instead of like tweaking individual layers, just do it like so. Oops. And then I'll just delete everything beneath each individual one. Working on your fence for a couple days and a break. Ah, okay. Well, how you been, Hunter? It's been a while since I saw you last. And there we go. Oh fuck. I hope the volume's not too loud. Let me check it. There we go. Don't want to have it blaring through or anything of that nature. I hope there's also not an echo of any kind. Huh. Wait a minute, this is the Leafy's here. I'm going back to Napster. See you losers later. Hiss. Mike, what even? Why do you always make such weird dated references? I have literally not heard the name Napster in so many years. And here you come in, shooting out names like you were alive back then. Like you were not born 10 years after Napster went under. What else would you do? I don't know. I genuinely don't know what else you could do. I'm sure one of these days you'll get your fill of making dated references like you're a millennial. When you're a dirty Zoomer. That's right, everybody. Mike and Nana is a dirty Zoomer. God. I just can't believe it. I modded a dirty Zoomer. You mind at all? How come I start every stream at 6 when it's come back from work? No, it's when I've had enough time to rest, eat dinner, and unwind after work. And then I'm here to do this. There we go. Perfect. Be like any distribution. No, I don't really care if you are or not. I just enjoy how you're like, oh my god, I hate my own generation so much. And then you try to act like you're part of my generation. And it's just like, I don't blame you. Don't get me wrong. I do not blame you in the slightest for wanting to be. I feel sorry for Zoomers because they're in such an awkward position. It doesn't help that 90% of Zoomers are still awkward teens. And so, like, maybe someday that won't be so bad. Actually, let's put that there. But unfortunately, that day is not today. So, like, your generation's cringy and awful because they're teens. That's kind of how it is to be a teenager. It comes with the territory. You will be cringy and awful for a while. Yes, even you, Mike, will be cringy and awful. You're just going to have to deal with it. But don't worry, it goes away with time. One of these days you'll be like, wow, I can't believe I was that whatever. Like, I love my such and such now. Okay, maybe you won't ever say you'll love your generation, but like, it could happen. You never know. Okay, 16. Let's do 12. And then 8. So yeah, don't judge the other Zoomers too harshly right now, because most of them are just innocent kids just trying their best to like fuck around and have fun in the exact same way that I and my people tried to fuck around and have fun. Like, back then we didn't take ourselves seriously. And in some cases, or in my case, we took ourselves too seriously. And we learned how to sort of mellow out over time. It's not that big of a deal. It's going to be bad for a while. You're just going to have to, you know, deal with it. Herder, I hate my generation. I fit in with your generation better than your own. Well, I mean, be that as it may, that's not actually going to change anything, really. Again, your generation's like, you have growing pains, you know? And eventually, those growing pains will subside, and you will be more, I don't know, more confident as a generation, maybe. I guess that's the right way to put it. Okay, let's see if I did this right. Undo. Redo of healer. Hey, it worked. Hell to the yes. Hey, Pengame128, how are you? I see you. You don't gotta say hi 4 times in a row. But yes, thank you for loving the build. I put my all into it. Hey, Roses. How are you? Is it the one that got griefed on 2B2T? Yes. I decided to take the liberty to finish it with single player and world edit and creative mode and stuff. And it's blown up to the point where, like, I really don't think someone could make this in survival mode anymore. Is Boomer an actual generation or name, or is it Gen B? It's Boomer because after World War II, there was a huge boom in the population. They called those people the baby boomers because the silent generation and greatest generation couldn't come up with a better name, basically. And so they started being called the baby boomers. And then eventually that got shortened down to the boomers. And here we are. And now their name is said with almost utter disdain. But I will say that it wasn't like every generation gets named something weird. Like Zoomer. What the fuck is Zoomer supposed to mean? Well, it rhymes with boomer because boomer had been thrown around all our lives. And the Zoomers were young kids, and I mean really young kids at the time. You know, not even teens in some cases. And so they zoomed around, ran around like kids, because that's what kids do. And eventually the name stuck. It's not exactly like, you know, it's smooth brain thinking when you get right down to it. It really is. This is the origin of the OK Boomer. Yeah, I guess to a degree. Okay person from not my generation who is too out of date and out of touch to know any better. That's basically what they're saying. Smooth chiseled. It's just basically a way to make millennials and Zoomers feel like they're like more valuable. Unearned entitlement. That's kind of like the idea. No, let's keep it like this. It's one of those things where, like, and this is something that's happened for a very, very long time. I remember a quote from Aristotle saying something to the effect of, like, children these days or kids these days don't respect their elders, they don't blah blah blah, they don't, their manners are terrible, they're rude, they're, you know, and so on and so forth. The human race is doomed. And, like, I'm sure the irreverence for the older generation has been around just as long as there has been disdain for the younger generation. Like, if you've got Aristotle thousands of years ago writing about that bullshit, and I'm sure you had just as many people going, okay, boomer, but in their own unique way ever since. Like, it's not new. Nothing new exists under the sun. Oh, fuck. That went way too far. Undo, undo, undo. It ultimately doesn't matter, is my point. It's just some easy way to show irreverence to the older generations. And hopefully not get your ass beat for doing it. Because, see, it seems like this generation does nothing but make memes out of everything. And, like, I am simultaneously intrigued and horrified to think what the Zoomers will be like as aging seniors in the old folks' home. Like, what will they be saying about the newer generation, but in meme form? How will they meme about the dumb things they have to put up with in day-to-day life as an older, I don't know, doddering codger? It's just very interesting stuff to think about. Like, you had other generations who would see the world in a more, I don't know, less abstract light. Like, our parents didn't even know what memes were till we started fucking saying it. So I gotta wonder, you know, what will children who are 2 or 3 generations removed from the Zoomers think about memes and meme culture in general? You think it'll stick around? Because I don't think it will. I'm firmly of the opinion that the generation after the Zoomers will do it because the Zoomers did it. You know, the Zoomers will be the older generation that are looked up to by whoever the younger generation is at the time. And then that'll be the end of it. Like, after that, the generation that comes after the generation that comes after the Zoomers will be like, ew, meme culture, that's so not 2020, like, ew. And they'll be like, you know, we got to do our own thing. Like, and I have a feeling meme culture will be abandoned. I bet you it will. It just, something about it just kind of feels forgettable. Like, it's one of those you had to be there kind of things. Like, how many times have you tried to explain a meme to a friend who was not there to witness its birth or figure out its relevance or meaning? I think I'm gonna... Oh, whoa, I gotta look at the axis. Z-axis, okay. So yeah, who knows? Generation Alpha will be better than Generation Z. Oh, is the next generation being named something already? They got rid of Aunt Jemima because the name had origins in slavery. Yes and no. The woman, Aunt Jemima, was real. And she was a slave at one point. But that when... Oh, fuck. Undo. Hold on, let me focus on this for just a sec. Quartz block. There we go. And so she ended up, of course, being granted freedom, just like everybody else. And they basically, her and her family started that business, Aunt Jemima. And it was named after her. Like, it was... Oh, hey, Guestimo, how are you, man? Thank you for the donation. Wow, I didn't expect somebody to donate. How have you been, Guestimo? I know you've had troubles lately. Are you all right? I won't say what. Guestimo has been having problems, so I don't know. Generation Alpha's been around since 2012, really? No, there's no way that Alpha is that far away. Like, no. Those people are still Zoomers. Alpha would be from like 2018 onward. Well, I hope you're doing okay, Guestimo. We're hanging in there. Okay, good. Keep hanging in there. I've been doing all right. Not too much has been going on. Finally realized you typed something big. No, a big no-no. Oh. Well, don't do big no-nos. Whatever you're referring to. But yes, let's duplicate these. There we go. This is not Discord or 2B2T. Yes, good point. Well, whatever. Just don't do it again, Sylvies, I guess. I can't say I know what it is you're referring to, but alright. But yeah, people forget that this is not 2B2T. See if that's enough. Nope. So anyway, but yeah, what makes you think Generation Alpha is the official name? Like, why is it that and not something else? That's such a weird name to, like, call them. Alpha are people who were born after 2010. I don't know. That's too recent. Because the Zoomers are from 98. Gosh. I would go as far as to say 2018. I wouldn't say 2011. That's too far away. Ooh. Floating buttons. Ooh, that's creepy. But also really cool. Oh wow, you can it actually counts as a button in midair. Interesting. Wonder if it can send a redstone signal. Let's test that. I don't dare update it because it'll pop off, but... Oh, damn it. There we go. Oh, wow. So that works. Interesting. Learning all sorts of things today. There we go. Anyway, I can Google it. Generation Alpha are people born 2010 plus. I don't feel like I can agree with that. That's too far away. Like, Alpha would have to be more recent than that. Because, like, the millennials are from, like, the mid-'80s all the way up until the late 90s. What I'm saying is the millennials as a generation have been lumped together and are a much larger span of time. Whereas the Zoomers are only 98 until, what, 2010? That's not even 15 years. The millennials span a much larger gap of time than that. So I don't know. Oh, you have a stick that's about to snap. Okay, well, you go break that stick, Mike. How come I created the Northern Lights on top of it? Because I liked it. It looks cool. I wanted to boost it up higher, but Mojang saw fit to not give us the height update in the end, so I don't know. When is Generation Inf Dev? I don't know. When is Generation Beta? We're talking about Generation Alpha, but... And that's the thing, is Generation Alpha the official name? Oh shit, I got rid of the buttons. I wanted to put more. So I don't know. It's a bit of an oddity. I don't feel like it should be decided quite yet. Because, like, we don't have a good feel for how Alpha the generation will shape up. If that makes sense. So, like, I don't know what to call them. Alpha sounds so fucking cool. Like, I don't want them having a cool name if they're not cool enough to match, you know? Generation Alpha better, like, absolutely kick ass. It is the official name. Damn, really. Well, this is something that has flown very under the radar for me. Do you have a Spotify playlist playing on streams at all times? No, I've downloaded a bunch of songs from Dova Syndrome and the Duon Sound Library, and I play them on loop at a random, mixed up time. Go ahead and ask an 8-year-old what they want their generation to be called. Well, no, that's not what I'm saying. The Zoomers were not called the Zoomers because the Zoomers decided that. The Zoomers were called the Zoomers by the Millennials. So, like, Generation Alpha, it just sounds so much more imposing. So much more cool sounding, you know? An 8-year-old wouldn't really be worthy of that quite yet. That's what I'm saying. So yeah, I don't know. I don't want to give them that yet. The Zoomers were named that because of how wild they seemed, how unpredictable they seemed. And I think it fits, you know? The Millennials were named Millennials because it was the turn of the century and the turn of the millennium at the same time. So we sort of got a double whammy with that one. But, yeah, I don't know. Every generation has thus far had a seemingly fitting enough name. The Silent generation was silent because they kind of mostly kept to themselves. The Greatest Generation fought World War II and won. The Boomers had a giant population explosion, and that's what led to them basically dominating the fucking world. And, like, beyond that, I don't know. Alpha's too cool of a name right now. I don't know. The little 8-year-old and 10-year-old kids better, like, really, really, really live up to that name. Because otherwise, that's going to be super disappointing. I don't want kids being named something so cool and not actually being cool enough to handle it. You know? With an awesome name comes an awesome responsibility to be awesome. And if you're not awesome enough, you don't deserve it. Oh, it snapped completely in half. Jeez, Mike. Go easy. It's too cool of a name for a block game. Yeah, I don't know. Not quite sure what you're getting at, Sylbies, but sure, whatever. Yeah, I kind of like that look. How can you go easy? We're playing heavy trash metal. Or heavy and thrash metal. Whoopsie, Mike. That was a slip of the tongue, I swear. The Boomers were good when they were good. Now, as far as you can tell, they're all a bunch of judgmental old men who will get pissed at you if you don't do directly what they ask you to. I mean, is that not every old generation, though? When they're young, people are defiant. They're, you know, like I said with Aristotle, he complained about, because he was the judgmental old man at the time, he complained about kids being too, you know, belligerent and standoffish and rude and uncaring and blah, 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 blah. But, like, that's what I'm saying. That's how all the younger generations are. The Zoomers are, for the most part, becoming more standoffish, excuse me, and more defiant and wild. Whereas, conversely, that was the millennials less than 15 years ago. And now, who are more judgmental? Millennial SJWs? Millennial vegans? Millennial political activists? Those people will judge the ever-living fuck out of you. And they're not going to bat an eyelash. They're not going to think twice. And that's a mindset they will carry into old age. See, that's what I'm saying. That goes all the way back to like 4000 BC. Okay, well, maybe not that far, but... No, that'd be 4,000 years. So 2000 BC. 4,000 years ago. That goes all the way back to fucking ancient Greece. People were complaining about this mindset. And that's my point. This is how it has always been, and probably how it will always be. And you Zoomers, don't think you're immune. You too will be the judgmental old man someday. You too will go, back in my day, we would such and such and such and such. And then you too will be okay boomered by, I guess, Generation Alpha, since apparently this name has been decided, or whatever. And so, yeah, like, I remember this is like my favorite quote from The Simpsons. It's the grandfather, who was not the grandfather at the time. He was just Homer's father, and Homer was a young brash kid. And he says, "Oh, I was with it once. I knew what it was. I was hip and cool, but then they changed what it was, and now it's scary and alien to me." And then he points at Homer and says in an imposing voice, "And it'll happen to you." And obviously the room goes dark and the music gets imposing, and then Homer says, "Ho ho ho, whatever, old man." Fast forward to Bart basically doing the exact same thing to Homer about 20-ish, 25-ish years later. The shoe inevitably ends up on the other foot. Don't forget that. You better learn to embrace curmudgeonhood, because if not, you will literally unironically become the curmudgeon. If you're a curmudgeon ironically, even in your old age, then at least you're a curmudgeon ironically. But if you're like, "Oh, I'll never be that way. Oh, I'll never become an old fuddy-duddy," you will be the first person to become the fuddy-duddy. All your friends will go, "Wow, dude, you're not fun anymore. You got old. What happened?" You'll be the first person. Make no mistake. Sent me a video to review after stream, man. Jack, how old am I? It slipped my mind. I'm 32. I'm not that old, really. I know that seems old to some of you, but trust me, it's not that old. Believe me, you will be as old as me faster than you can blink. You may think you've got 10 plus years, but trust me, time will fly faster than you believe. It will slip away from you like sands through the cracks in your hand. Or no, like water through the cracks in your hand. That's probably a better analogy. Am I going overboard with buttons? I feel like I am, but I also feel like it's not bad looking, honestly. I like how it's just a small spot of darkness on an otherwise flush, clear-looking, smooth, white face. White facade, rather. And it's just this one little tiny black spot to sort of draw your eye. You can't wait to be that judgmental old man because your father or your family already consider you them. Okay. Well, just remember, Mike, you've got a good 40 or so years before you're really truly there. Actually, probably closer to 50. Who knows? There's no such thing as overboard. No, there is overboard. I just don't want to... I don't think it... 32 is very young compared to today's standards. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking, too. It doesn't feel like I'm young, but I don't feel like I'm old either. I'm just kind of in the middle. I felt that way ever since I graduated high school. Like, I'm neither here nor there. I'm just sort of wherever I am at any one moment. I'm thinking what I'm thinking, I'm feeling what I'm feeling, and I just sort of make it work, Shit, I keep hitting the wrong thing. So yeah, don't worry, guys. You guys will be old as hell, too, one day. You think it is a little overboard, Guessimo? I see. You found it quite funny that when someone is always old when they're like 40, but if they die, they died way too young. They're old as far as youth is concerned, but they're not old as far as old age is concerned. So really, they're middle age. But that's what that means when they're too young. Too young to have died of something that should otherwise maybe not necessarily have taken them when it did. it's really hard to like properly gauge when the right time is. Like, honestly, oh fuck, death is just such a nebulous concept. You can't really like quantify it. No two people will quantify it the same way. That's what I'm saying. Some people care. Some people care a little bit too much. Some people don't care at all. It's just kind of like all over the place, you know? I don't think you're really going to get the chance to see all those buttons up close. So how does it look from like ground level? Because like, well, you're going to just be down here predominantly. You'd be walking down here, looking up there. Yeah, I like it. Oh, hey, Sam the Pigman. There's no such thing as World War C. 6 tons of chocolate-covered raisins. I mean, I didn't say there is no such thing as overboard. Whoops. I can understand that overboard is different for different people. Actually, what am I doing? I don't even need to copy the whole thing. Just up to here. Zoomy zoom zoom. Down we go. Yeah, I would hate to eat that much of something just because I know that would absolutely destroy me. Actually, you know, I understand what I did wrong. No. Okay. It's easily fixed. Yeah, I needed to go out a block. And I'm not going to copy this topmost area. Just because it will interfere. Your cousin's in the hospital from stroke. She's only 26. Oh my god. She was always smoking, vaping. Oh yeah. Yes, those things come with a huge stroke risk for some people. More so than others. My grandparents that passed away recently were all heavy smokers once upon a time. My grandmother kind of slowed down a bit as she got on in age. My grandfather had to quit. I forget when he had to, but it was around I was a young kid. That's all I remember. I remember him smoking a pipe when I was very little. But he stopped doing it when I was like 7 or 8 or something like that. And yeah, like that's, especially with alcohol, that's not good for you. It does carry a huge health risk. Like, it's not worth it. Because it makes it look natural. What are we referring to? 32 is very young. Because it makes it look natural. Maybe. I don't know. Getting close to 5 a.m. You should head to sleep soon. Quarantine has messed up your sleeping. Well, I'm sorry that's happened, Guestimo. You take care, man. You don't have to stay on my account. Don't worry. You go to sleep, man. You enjoy. Have a good night. Yeah. Okay. I think I'm pretty well finished with this building. I can't think of anything more to add to it. I hadn't put buttons on a building in a while. And you know, they kind of look really snazzy from down here. You were referring to David Brodsky. Oh, I didn't see David Brodsky. My bad. How come I build it? Oh, yeah. I see what you mean now. Yeah, it looks really cool. I wish I could build it higher. It would look even better if it was just like a natural phenomenon instead of it looked like it was emitting directly from the topmost part of the tower itself. Oh well. Ugh. What'd you do, Mike? Did you do something on accident? What happened? I can't undelete messages. Well, you timed out poor Quasi-Stellar for no reason. Oh, you were wiping your screen off. Oh, dude. He, yeah. Touch activation is, no bueno. Be careful. Fuck. That's some scary shit. Sorry, Quasi-Stellar. That was very much an accident. I wish it would let me pardon people. But I have to, like, go deep into my profile and shit to do that. It doesn't, it's not very user-friendly. Don't hold it against Mike. He was just wiping off his screen. Very carelessly. Wipe responsibly, Mike. They're not sorry, just kidding. Yeah, it is indeed temporary. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be a permanent timeout or anything of that nature. At least that's not what the notification tells me. Well, whoops. Well, God, that's awkward. Okay, so that's 11. Kind of want to put a not really sure, like some sort of like a viewing window, maybe? That should do it. Yeah, turn your phone off before you wipe it. Jeez, Mike. With friends like you, who needs enemies? Oh! That reminds me, I haven't done this in a while. I kind of have slacked off on it and forgotten. So I should probably, like, get back to that. Questions for Jack. I haven't been doing those lately, and yeah, that's probably a smart thing to return. So, let's see now. If I'm not mistaken, I left off here. So, I don't remember who. I think Universon, but it may have been someone else, asks, how much Nasuverse stuff did I consume? Gosh, I basically watched / consumed everything except Fate Grand Order, the gacha game. Oh, fuck. Undo. I never really messed with Fate Grand Order because not only did I not have a smartphone at the time, I also didn't like the direction that Fate and everything was headed, because Fate was really being milked badly. And it just kind of got on my nerves. I was so sick of more and more and more and more and more Fate. When Tsukihime, Hands, so many other really fun, really cool ideas and works had just kind of been relegated by the wayside. Oh, you want to do a little flyover? Thank you for the another donation, Guestimo. Yeah, I'll do another flyover real quick. And I'll do it with shaders too. I should probably do that. I'm so sorry, I didn't realize. Everyone needs an enemy, that's why you hate Pepsi, man. Quarantine hit hard ever since people started buying all the toilet paper, and I had to use your good thumb ever. Ew. That's a hard thing to imagine, but I get the joke. Anyway, as for Nasuverse stuff, I've not gotten back into it. I enjoyed when suddenly out of nowhere they announced the Babylonia anime. So I got into that. That was pretty decent. And I really miss all the core Nasuverse works and how fleshed out and interesting and intricate they all were. And they just... I don't know. I just feel like Nasu has lost his touch. One of the biggest problems is that there's no consistency to any of it, like there used to be. Fate got picked up and was just like manna from heaven for them. And I get it. They needed a really, really good, you know, golden goose, if you will. And that's fine, but like, I don't know. I feel like they kept doing Fate far too long for far too much. They should have branched out and done more of, like, say, for example, Tsukihime. Tsukihime was a really cool, very dark, very sort of foreboding vampire setting. And we barely got anything from that before it was just sort of forgotten for over a decade. And I don't know, it just more could have been done. And there was a really cool demonology setting. And I know Grand Order touches on the demonology setting a little bit, but not to the degree that Hands did. And then there was Notes and a bunch of other really, like, niche works. Mahotsukai no Yoru, Kara no Kyokai. Those could have been fleshed out more and given more. If they really, really, really wanted to, like, milk this some franchise, they could have gone after more, I don't know, other stuff. They could have done more and made things more balanced. And it was just all Fate. And that got so boring. It got formulaic, too. That was the other annoyance. And I was just like, this is for the birds. I'm not interested. No thank you, bye. By 2014, I think Nasuverse stuff was pretty well dead for me for a while. Because it was all Fate Grand Order at that point. Or it was soon to be. You know. Haven't had soda in 8 months. Ooh, yeah, I drank a Pepsi last night. I feel bad about that. I shouldn't have. I should not have. Rest of the soda game is less interesting. Soda's kind of gross. Yeah. If you're in a lucky position to no longer like soda, you're probably doing better than most. I remember drinking lots of soda as a kid. I hope that didn't negatively affect my growth in some way. But we'll never know. Haha. I'm sure I'm fine, really. Now watch any effects that soda would actually have on the human body be so negligible, they may as well not exist. Wouldn't it be funny if, like, soda's impact on your health and diet is basically, unless you've binged hundreds and hundreds of sodas repeatedly, that just it ultimately doesn't matter. Coke doesn't even have cocaine anymore. What's the point? Yeah, I know what you mean. There is an extract from coca leaf. It's not cocaine though. Cocaine is far more refined. The coca leaf extract has like analgesic properties and some other things too. I think that's what got people chewing coca leaves to get coca extract. And that's kind of what made people, you know, discover Coca-Cola, or that's what led to the birth of it. Something like that. The sugar isn't good for you, no. Some of the ingredients I can see being bad in large amounts. Because, like, you wouldn't normally run into those ingredients in your daily diet anyway. And, like, why would you? Like carbonic acid, you don't run into that a whole lot. Unless you drink a lot of soda. So, I don't know. Ooh, it's almost done. It's almost all loaded in. Ooh, baby, it's looking so pretty. Oh, damn it. It unloaded over here. Shit. Oh, well. So, yeah, you can kind of get the feeling for how the city is going to go. And how big of a city it's going to be and all that. I especially like this archway in shaders. Really gives you that, that oomph. Whoops. You prefer orange juice, ah. Yeah, orange juice isn't too bad. It's alright in small amounts. I prefer tea and coffee. Okay, cool. Why, right now I have a chai and tea latte. Average cup of apple juice is better than an average cup of orange juice, but a good orange juice is better than bad apple juice. Uh-huh. Someone needs to write a song or a time-lapse music for stuff of this build. Yeah, it would be something. Yeah, my internet was having a teensy bit of trouble there for a sec, but don't worry. It should all be fine now. Okay, I'm going back to regular non-shaders. Chai tea? It's a type of black tea with spices. It's really, really tasty, at least to me. It's got a unique palate, or flavor profile, I should say. Not palate, but you get the idea. I just like how it tastes. Currently random bullshit energy drink phase. You're a slave for companies that make them, man. I'm so glad I do not drink energy drinks or any of that. I know that stuff is super bad for you. Apple cider. I don't drink alcohol, but like Non-alcoholic cider is really good. There's something about aged apples. It has a good mellow taste to it. It doesn't have the other, you know, alcoholic part to it. But, yeah. Oh, excuse me. Went through a few months ago. Monster beverages binges. Oh man, Monster can be really hard stuff. The stream's not loading for you, Sam? Oh my gosh. Well, Mr. Pigman, you should maybe... I don't know. I don't know what you need to do. I'm not an internet expert. One a day and they were $3. You can't imagine now. Oh god. I didn't even realize the price of Monster was so outrageous. I'm really glad I don't drink that stuff now. I know some people have like... I don't know, is the flavor any good? Like, surely it's a, just an addiction to the rush, the energy. Surely that's what it is, and not like some other additive. Because, like, I've heard too many stories of people getting addicted to Monster Energy and other big bad energy drinks. Like, I'm almost to the point where I'm kind of wondering if there isn't something in there that is genuinely addictive. If you like the taste of a cup full of sugar. There are a bunch of flavors, okay. Some of them are good, some are bad, yeah. That's pretty average, I'd say. You're certainly not addicted, yeah. But that doesn't mean you weren't addicted to a degree back when you were buying them at one a day. Oh, sorry. Not you, Mike. I mixed up your message with Stone Cold Killers. My bad. Forget what I said. The way to prevent it is to try to not try it in the first place. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel. I definitely don't want to have an addiction to a substance, if I can help it. Because, you know, who wants to have their every waking moment dictated by something they gotta put in their body that's not food or water? Although, realistically, I probably am something of a caffeine addict. Because I gotta have my caffeine for coffee and for... I don't know, just stuff in general, really. Okay, let's put this bad boy right here. Cool. It died again, now you're back. Well, welcome back. I guess. God. My whole stream must have went poop. Well, I'm sorry it did that, guys. I didn't mean for that to happen. Let's continue with the questions. Am I currently single? Yes, I am currently single. I haven't had a girlfriend in a very long time, and I'm really not, like, interested in having a girlfriend right now. Like, the number of people who have asked me, just over the years in general, well, are you single? Don't you want a girlfriend? And I'm like, not really. I'm not of the opinion that it's a bad idea. Just that I couldn't help with anything. I'm not like the most reliable person when it comes to other people. Like, I can just barely get myself by. I don't really know that I want to try taking care of or having to help take care of another person. I'm very, very solitude-ish and independent, you know? I like my me-ness, you know? I don't want to really, like, dilute my individuality with someone else right now. Maybe eventually I won't mind. But just for now, I'm not really, like, that interested. I'm sure I could get a girlfriend no problem if I really wanted, but I don't know. And I'm sure there are a bajillion people who think that, oh, well, I can get a girlfriend right away if I really wanted, but no. Realistically, I'm just not interested. Now, what colored paint do I want? Ooh, I haven't done red in a while. So yes, I am currently single by choice. Oh, you're going to bed, okay. Take care, Void Shadow. Stream keeps cutting out for you, you're gonna have to leave. Okay, sorry, Sam. Take care, Pigman. It should keep going, in all honesty. I'm not single, I have a cat. Well, that's a different type of obligation. Cats are just as independent. At least as me. So I don't know. Oh no, this thing is really cutting out on me. Yai. I just suddenly realized that's what it's doing. Well, on that note, well, we only got about an hour in. You're not ready for a commitment. Yeah, I'm not ready really either. Ah, well. How do cats get tired from doing nothing all day? They're like conserving energy or whatever, I think. You feel targeted by that message? I think it's because cats are naturally trying to conserve their energy. And so they just do nothing and they sleep to conserve their energy, because back in ancient times when kitty cats were not a domesticated animal, they were very much, you know, having to do just that. They had to live by constantly conserving their energy. And yeah, it was a death sentence to overexert yourself in the deserty environments where most domesticated cats originate from. And so, cats tend to sleep all day as a result. Okay, well, this building didn't quite take shape like I wanted it to, but if it's going to be very annoying, I don't know. Well, I've given a good sort of overview of the whole place. I've gotten a bit started on the next house. I think that'll do. So yeah, I'm sorry for the last minute lag there, but we'll just pick up again the next time. I don't know. But at any rate, thank you all for coming out. I know I only went an hour today. Try to go an hour, hour and 15, hour and 30, somewhere in there. That's a good enough time, I feel. But at any rate, I will catch you all tomorrow for Hardcore with Jack. Y'all be there, and I promise I will have a stream. And that everything should pretty well be calmed down enough for me to do what I want. So, you know, thank y'all for coming out. Thank y'all to those who donated, specifically Guestimo. Y'all are great. Thank y'all for being so wonderful to me. I will catch y'all then. Bye bye.